Here are three quick hacks that will help you to reignite your spark when you've lost momentum with moving toward a goal that you deeply desire to accomplish. So, the first strategy is gratitude. I know that gratitude may seem far fetched when you're working on like a finance goal or a fitness goal or a relationship goal or anything like that. But the truth is, gratitude is the highest energetic frequency you can vibrate at. And so, when you're in a position to feel grateful, you can't help but magnetize more things to be grateful for. And so, one of the things that I invite you to start doing that I have prioritized regularly, I don't wait until I lose motivation, is I incorporate gratitude into my daily routine. You see, the truth about motivation is that it's not consistent. When you start moving toward a goal, you're going to feel lit up, you're going to feel motivated, you're going to feel excited. And then eventually life gets in the way. You may start falling into limiting beliefs or old habits or behaviors. And before you know it, the goal that you deeply desired is put on the back burner. And this is why having strategies like gratitude is so imperative. So there's a couple different things that you can do to incorporate gratitude into your life. You can have a gratitude jar, which I actually have one myself that I take and do every single week, where I list one thing that I'm grateful for and I put it in here. And then at the end of the year, I pull out all the reasons that I'm grateful and reasons I was grateful throughout the year. And it always, always excites me. The next thing that you can consider doing is you can consider using a gratitude rock. So finding a pretty stone or rock that you can hold, and every time you see it, reminding yourself why you're grateful. Or you can just incorporate it into your evening or morning routine where you list the reasons that you're grateful. If you're struggling with figuring out reasons that you're grateful, I invite you to reflect on a question that my pastor once asked me. And he said, what if you woke up tomorrow with only the things that you thanked God for yesterday? What would you wake up with? And when you reframe it and you think about it from that perspective, it helps you recognize that we have a ton of things to actually be grateful for. The second strategy, which will help you reignite the spark that you need to see your vision through, is to identify and anchor your why. Your why is the very reason that it's valuable to see your vision through. So maybe for you, you have a powerful dream of being able to start your own business, and your why is to be able to have time freedom to be with your family. Maybe your desire is to lose weight because you want to have energy and feel good in your skin. Regardless of what the goal is, the why behind it is what's going to give you the momentum to see it through. Because like I said before, motivation dies after a while. But when you anchor your why and you hold tight to it, keeping it in the forefront of your mind, you'll always make room for the how. I remember writing my very first book, and I had no idea how I was going to find the time to write it, how I was going to find the words to express what it was that I wanted to share, how I was going to find the funding and finances to actually see the vision through. But my why woke me up every single morning, because when my alarm clock would go off at 5:30 in the morning for me to dive in and write, I would say, okay, is me hitting snooze going to help me leave a legacy? No. And then when I'd sit down to write, I'd be like, okay, writer's block. Okay, I could use writer's block as an excuse, but that's not going to help me have an impact on the people who I know I'm called to impact, right? Or influence. And so I'd start thinking of ways to break through writer's block. My why made room for the how, and yours will do the same. So what is your why? The third strategy that I'm going to invite you to begin to incorporate that will be such a game changer in reigniting the spark towards your vision is mindset work. You see, a lot of times we buy into hustle, we buy into hard work, we buy into systems, we buy into strategies, and all of these things are great, but they can only take us so far. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, you decide that you're going to get a gym membership because you want to lose weight. A gym membership is great, but if you don't believe in your mind that you're capable of being consistent with it, you're going to notice yourself falling off. Or if you don't believe in your mind that you're starting to see shifts and changes and feel those shifts and changes, you're going to notice yourself falling off. If you have a vision that you want to establish a business, and then all of a sudden your limiting beliefs start to surface and you're like, no one would ever want to buy from me. There's a million other coaches out there. There's a million other authors out there, or there's a million other consultants out there or healers out there. You're not going to be able to make momentum. Same thing with finance. If you set a goal to save a certain amount of money, but in your mind, you've really bought into the belief that you're a bad spender or a bad saver, or you don't know how to budget, you're never going to be able to move past the systems and the strategies and the hustle and the hard work. This is why I am such a big advocate for mindset work, because I spent years doing exactly what most people do, buying into the systems, the hard work, the hustle, and the strategy, and all of those things. But I wasn't really moving the needle. I would get far, but not far enough. And I realized it was because of my own limiting beliefs that prevented me from actually making progress. And I don't want that for you. So you want to start thinking about different mindset work that you can begin to incorporate. This may look like nervous system regulation techniques. I have a bunch of them on my YouTube channel, such as butterfly tapping, or I call them, the hug rub, things like that. You may also consider doing meditation or maybe visualization. Visualization is so powerful because if you can see it in your mind, you can bring it to your reality. You may use different things like EFT, which is emotional freedom techniques, which really helps you to align your energy with what it is that you want to feel and therefore create. I have a ton of EFT videos on my YouTube channel. In fact, I have an entire playlist. So I invite you to check those out as well because it's an absolute game changer. There are so many different tools that you can use, but the goal is to prioritize mindset and then watch how everything else begins to fall in place. All in all, you don't have to lose motivation, momentum, excitement, or even progress when it comes to your goals. If you begin to incorporate these 3 hacks, you're going to notice that you will maintain the momentum that you need to see your vision through, and it'll be something that your future self will thank you for. So I invite you to begin incorporating them today.